What's going on, everyone? Zelos here, and today we're going to be talking about the Deathlike Protocol and farming for Protea and the new weapons that come with Protea. If you have not done the quest already, you need to complete the quest before you're able to farm for Protea and the new weapons. I like to use Speed Nova when I'm farming for Protea and the weapons because it brings all the enemies into me, and this is the build that I use for my Speed Nova. So the locations that you go to farm Protea and the weapons parts is Phobos is the first place, which is the neuroptics for Protea, and the location that I use is a Skyrish, and it drops the Baylock part there. And then also you go to Jupiter, you go to this node here, and it drops weapon parts and it drops the chassis for Protea. And then you go to Pluto and you go to Cyprus and you do the sabotage, and you'll be able to get the systems there along with more of the weapons parts. In order to be able to farm for the Grinum Crowns, it's going to have to be a Corpus ship. It cannot be an infested Corpus ship, and it can't be a crossover mission. It has to be strictly Corpus. You can do any of the nodes that are Corpus ship and be able to farm for the Grinum Crown, whether it's an extermination, survival, spy, sabotage, mobile defense, any of those, and get the Grinum Crown so that you can try and farm for Protea and the weapons that have come with Protea. So once you find the hand to go into the void, you'll notice when you open up the main screen to select your offering that there's the Grinum Crown, which is tier 1 found on Phobos, tier 2 found on Jupiter, and the Exemplary Crown is what it's called. Tier 3, which is the Zenith Crown, and it is found on Pluto. You'll notice that it says rank 1, rank 2, rank 3. What that means is that is the number of enemies that you have to kill in order to successfully complete rank 3. So if you're by yourself, you have to kill 75. If you have a 2-man squad, you have to kill 100 enemies because it's the additional 25 per squad member. If you have 3 squad members, then you have to kill 125. If you have a 4-man squad, you have to kill 150 enemies before the time elapses in order to successfully complete rank 3. So when the target decides to show their face, whenever it is, they're going to pop up with this little cutscene there. Those of you that have fought liches, same thing as when your lich is getting ready to show up, and then you kill that target, and then they'll drop that Grinum Crown. As you see there, you can see that Grinum Crown that's right there on the ground that I'm about to collect. You'll do the same thing on Jupiter, Pluto's, depending on what node you're at. And you'll be able to pick up that, you go find one of those hands. So you can either go to the hand that you saw initially, or find the secondary hand. There's going to be 2 hands on every node. At least from what I've seen, there's always been 2 hands, whether it's back where you first started, before you ran into the target that's going to drop the Grinum Crown, or is one later on within the mission. So once you pick up that Grinum Crown, you deposit it depending on what tier you're wanting to do, and then it brings you back to that void. Now for those of you that don't know or had a little trouble when you were fighting the specters initially, you have to use the melee only by itself. When you throw the melee, you have to use your heavy damage, you have to throw the disc out, and then you have to hit it again in order for it to cause the explosion that collects the spirits. Once you shoot them, they're going to go into the ghost phase, and then you have to throw this blade out, the melee out, to collect them and to be able to release the people from captivity. So as you can see here, I throw it out, I press it again, fit some in ghost phase, and then I throw it right back out again, and it collects. While it's doing that, you see those 3 dots on the right side of your aim assist. Those 3 dots have to fill up in order for you to be able to release the individuals from their prison. If it's not filled up, then you're not going to be able to release those individuals. This is a tier 1 void challenge or Grinum challenge. I'm just able to use the melee and be able to kill everything and get through this by myself. As you can see, I have 75 kills because I'm doing it by myself and nothing else. If I had just one other teammate in there, would have had to do 100 kills. If I had 2 teammates in there, we would have had to get 125, and then 3 150. So a full squad, you would have to get 150 kills. As you saw, the enemies come in much faster once you use your Speed Nova and brings them all in. Another frame that I've seen people use during this farm for Protea and the weapons is Mesa. The problem with Mesa is that you're able to kill the specters at a great distance, therefore you're not able to know exactly whether they're actually dropping the time extenders, so you're having to run over there and try and collect those time extenders. Plus, if you have a Mesa that doesn't know actually what they're doing in here, they'll kill the specters and not allow you to collect the essence like you need to unlock the prisoners to help expand that time. So it makes it even that much harder. So if you're using a Mesa, please pay attention to what you're doing and making sure that you actually get the prisoners released out first before you try to use the peacemakers and absolutely annihilate the map, which is great, but also remember you need to run and get those time extenders to successfully complete it, because if you don't get rank 3, then you don't get the weapons part, you don't get the blueprint, and now it's just become a waste of your time. So pay attention to what you're doing and getting those time extenders. So to get the blueprints for the new weapons that you've obtained, you're gonna have to get them from fighting the Jackal on Fusa, which is located on Venus, the assassination mission. It has changed a little bit, so if you haven't done it in a while, just know that it's changed, and this is how it has changed. The Jackal, now once you knock him down, instead of him just going down like he normally used to go down and then coming back up, he actually emit this laser grid that you have to kind of run around in a circle and stay in front of these lasers. It will rotate around, it'll change its direction, so you have to pay attention to that. Once he comes down, you have to run up to him, hit square, use your Parazon, and it'll automatically move on to the next item. So once you do the first hit, you'll change the arena's little cinema that I've added into it. So you shoot him, he goes up again, he starts his laser grid again, and you run and stay in front of it, and then it'll turn blue. That means it's changed its direction, and you'll have to run the opposite direction now. Once he falls down, he'll do a little shockwave, so just pay attention. You might have to jump so that you're not getting knocked on your rear end, and then use your Parazon, you can kill him, and he starts his grid, and you just repeat the process over and over again. Once you finally gotten him down to where you can do the final kill on him, then you'll get your determination on what blueprint you've gotten, or even if you get a blueprint from the drop. It's not a guaranteed drop that you're going to get a blueprint from them. The laser grid and having him do a spin cycle is an interesting add-on to the Jackal. Enjoy the changes to the Jackal and have fun farming for the blueprint. Hopefully this video was useful to you guys and you've gotten the parts that you need as far as the weapon parts and the blueprint and Protea. If you liked the video, give it a like and subscribe to stay up to date on any new videos that I'll be putting out, and I appreciate it. Y'all take care.